One of the big differences between Epoch Times and a lot of other media out there right now is Epoch Times is trying to restore what journalism used to be. And so really we have a lot of very partisan news outlets right now. We have both sides of the aisle. They tend to fight each other, they call each other names, they point fingers and so on. Now Epoch Times does stand for tradition. But at the same time, we try to be non-partisan. In other words, we try not to support either party. We try to show both sides of issues. Our stance on journalism is that the purpose of journalism is to provide people with an accurate understanding of the world, an accurate picture. And so when we cover issues, we think instead of going in with an agenda and instead of saying, how do we tell people what we want to tell them? We say, how do we report what happened in the most accurate way possible? And the idea is we want to give our readers a sense of clarity. Our readers themselves can make their own judgments based on their own understandings of what's right and what's wrong, based on what they like or what they don't like, based on what they're seeing, of course. And so really what Epoch Times is trying to do is restoring what journalism used to be. Now, when it comes to what people get from this, in my opinion, and I think the opinion of many editors at Epoch Times, the reason people read news is because they want to have an understanding of the world. It is the job of a journalist to present as accurate a picture as possible of that information. And when it comes to information like this, it is extremely important. The choices you make, the purchases you make, the person you vote for, all of this is informed on the information you are able to collect. Now think of where the country's at right now, where many people are being fed single worldviews. They're not really being told what actually happened. They're not being told really the stories of what they need to know to understand what took place. They're being told opinions. They're being told analysis. Many big news organizations these days aren't really news organizations. They are activist publications. They're promoting activist opinions. That's their purpose. Epoch Times is not trying to be like that. But when it comes to the decisions you make are informed by the information you've been given. And if you've been given an inaccurate picture of the world, you will make decisions and choices and cast your vote in accordance with that false picture you've been shown. And so Epoch Times is trying to restore integrity to this essential foundation of America and of a free republic, and what it means to have an informed public making informed decisions for the future of their countries. Now, of course, I know that in the world today, people are bombarded with information. I mean, there's free information online, there's information on your Twitter feed, there's information on Facebook, all these different sources you have pretty much bombarding you at every moment with different news stories and different takes on it. What the Epoch Times tries to do is cut through that noise. Now, you can expect people to, say, for example, gather a general worldview based on the information they're able to get. But a lot of the reason why a lot of people turn to news outlets is because journalists are supposed to go through all of that work for you. We have many, many reporters who dedicate their entire workday to researching these things, to reading documents, to going to events, to sitting in press halls, listening to what's said, and trying to, as accurately as possible, present you with a picture of what actually took place. We do all of the work of research for you. And of course, that's not free for us. It costs a lot of money to hire reporters. And being a business, we of course need to pay them, which is why we're a subscription service. And also part of the, model Epoch Times has developed is we are supported by our readers. We are not able to be censored because of that. We see this as an essential service to our readers and something the world desperately needs right now. A media that will not fold to pressure. A media that cannot be silenced. That is what Epoch Times represents. And really by supporting Epoch Times, you are supporting that mission as well. Now, I understand people have their families, they have their jobs, they have a lot of things they have to take care of. They don't always have time to sit down and read an entire newspaper. But really, by supporting the Epoch Times, you're supporting something else as well. You're supporting the idea that an informed public can make informed decisions. This is the basis of a free republic. This is what the United States was built upon. The idea that people, free people, can make their own decisions. And if they can make those decisions, they need to have information to base those decisions on. Epoch Times is trying to restore integrity. Trying to restore integrity to the fourth estate of this country. And so really, when you support us, you're supporting this mission as well. Now, of course, we also understand that sometimes it's not easy for people to afford a monthly subscription to a newspaper. Really, even a lot of people like us, they sometimes say they can't afford it, and we understand, of course. Really, we wish we could provide this for free. That would be our greatest hope. But when you support the Epoch Times, again, this is how we survive. This is how we move forward with this mission. The Epoch Times has a different model than what a lot of newspapers go by. We are supported by readers like you. It's people like you who keep this newspaper going. It's people like you who make us able to go forward with this mission that we have. It means that if someone doesn't like us, if we report something that gets someone angry, they cannot go and pressure our advertisers as they do with many other publications. It means that we are hardened against censorship. It means we cannot be shaken. It's people like you who make this possible. And again, we really would appreciate your support.